one thing I even noticed, even with the sun, so I moved from the UK to Dubai, and then what I realised a lot of time I was unhappy in Dubai because it's not really blue sky, it's like hazy. As soon as I come here, it's like crystals, like blue sky. I almost instantly feel better, happier, and just...
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Dubai. I never ever felt comfortable there. It seems to be very... It's just an illusion. Everything's false, and it's hyper materialism. You know, everyone is just... When I went there, it was very much, oh, you should meet this guy because he's like the richest guy and the top guy. And I'm like, I don't give a shit, mate. Like, I don't think like that. Yeah. If people are nice people, they're nice people. I don't judge people by their possessions, especially if it's just something they've been handed on a plate and they haven't earned. And there's the surface, and then there's the underbelly. So the surface of Dubai is all shiny and materialism and everything, but underneath that there's, very badly treated and low-paid workers doing all the work there and everything. So there's an underbelly there. Reminds me of Vegas, but with much less fun.
100%. Dubai is
Someone
like
asked me, what's Dubai like? I said, you've been in Vegas, right? Like, yeah. So it's kind of like that, but just take all the fun out of it, right? So yeah, not a big fan of that. I like nature, and there's nothing really natural there apart from the desert. The trees are not real, and I didn't see... Maybe I'm in the wrong place, maybe because I'm staying in the centre or something, but I don't see anyone walking a dog or riding a bike or just normal everyday activities I would be doing here on a daily basis because it's just concrete in a jungle. So yeah, not a big fan.
Yeah, I'd agree with that 100%. I think the buildings are fake, people are fake.
Everything.
People's tits are fake, arse fake.
You can feel it, you can feel, at least I'm quite sensitive to things, energies and so on. So I feel it there, yeah.
One of the things you mentioned was people in the UK felt envious of you. And I think that's very much ingrained in British culture.
Yeah,
I remember,
I mean, it's probably goes back to the class structure, doesn't it? Like, who do you think you are stepping above your station? It's very much it's still a bit ingrained in British society. I was trying to explain it when I was first in America. I was like, well, let's say if you've got a Rolls Royce or a Ferrari in America, people were like, wow, that's great, you got that car, and what do you do and how do you get it?
Yeah.
In England, they're very likely to go down the side of your car, like, who do you think you're having a better car than me? Remember your station kind of thing. I think it's a bit British, isn't it, really?
100%.
Yeah.
One of the things I think is most fascinating about you, Dorian, is the huge shift you had from bodybuilding then into yoga and like spirituality and doing ayahuasca and all these type of things. Was there one big thing that triggered that change? We had a realization you just woke up one day and you wanted to almost try and shift your identity a little bit?
I don't think it was me thinking about shifting my identity. It was me going through a life crisis, if you like, a full life crisis and breakdown, depression after my bodybuilding career, because I really didn't know, I didn't actually know who I was, because I've been doing that since I was 21 years old, and I became the best at it, and I became Mr. Olympia. So now you're also like the figurehead and the representative for a sport, so you feel in a certain way, you have to conduct yourself in a certain way because you're a rep and everything like that. And it was my life that I put everything into. And I very much, at that point anyway, not now, but very much then like a control person. I want to control all the aspects. And that's what appealed to bodybuilding about me, that I could do that. Because I felt in my life like whoever was supposed to be looking after be responsible for me, my parents and stuff. I just felt they're shit. They're not doing a good job. I can't wait to be in control, and that was all my life. And bodybuilding, I could control it. I could control my diet. I could control the training. I could control all the different aspects of it. And then it's gone. I'm out of control, and I don't know who I am. Lots of things that I think I would be like, hey, I got a competition coming up. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Maybe some things are coming up, and I'm like, just. I ain't got time for that now. Just put them to, and all that, kind of came up. Problems I was having in my marriage that I wasn't really like looking into, because I don't have time for that now. I'm just in a tunnel vision. So when that tunnel's gone, and so everything fell apart basically, which is normally when people make a change. When you're comfortable and everything is going smooth and what have you, you don't really have a reason to change. So I think people that go through a spiritual change, it's normally some kind of crisis, like a bomb's dropped on your life and you're like, okay, what is this all about? You start questioning everything and start questioning your beliefs and maybe things you haven't even thought about before. You don't have time for it. So that was it. That, you know, started me questioning everything. And then it was a slow process. At some point, I didn't really want to think too much, and I was just, well, I'm just going to have a good time. You know, all the things I couldn't do before, all that stuff, all the opportunities. I'm going to capitalize it and have fun. It's too much for me to think about all these questions right now. I think that's the process I went through, and then slowly coming back to it. And that's the thing. Who are you? Are you just a bodybuilder? Are you just Mr. Olympia? Like, there's many things that you can be, but we get stuck in life, or we get comfortable. Comfort's a killer. You know, you don't do much when you're comfortable. You don't have a reason to. You're comfortable. Why are you going to change it? So yeah, sometimes you have to be uncomfortable, and I've been through that journey, and it's about identity, and I think a lot of people get stuck with an identity very easy because I'm a bodybuilder and I was the best at what I'm doing. Well, it's quite easy for me to carry that identity all my life, and I'll be respected in that genre, in that area, and everything like that. But I wanted to experience more in life, and kind of took people on that journey. And as far as like changing the training and the diet and everything like that, of course I was doing bodybuilding training as I could, because I had injury with my shoulder, bicep, tricep injury, so kind of restricted what I could do in the gym. But anyway, I was doing it because that's what I know what to do. And then at some point I went for a health checkup, and I was about 18 and a half stone, you know, fairly decent shape, and just doing what I'm doing and eating the same way as a bodybuilder would do. And my blood pressure was high. It'd been a bit high when I was competing, obviously when the body weight was up high and everything, and I didn't medicate it just because I wasn't, hey, nobody really knows what they're doing. I had a doctor just checking my bloods, but he said your blood pressure's high, don't do this for too long, but he didn't suggest medicating, which might have been the answer. Anyway, it was again getting high, and I said, look, what I'm doing right now is what I used to do and used to serve me because it was a profession, but maybe it's not serving me now, and I'm going to change my diet and I'm going to lose weight. And I went on a plant-based diet, low protein, don't give a shit, losing muscle, I'm losing weight. But it was very strange. I spent my whole life building muscle, and now I'm actively losing it for health reasons. But it was also like to question my ego. Who am I if I'm not the big guy, you know? Because it's like a suit of armor, and people maybe treat you or view you in a different way because you're this big guy. I said, like, I'm a big guy anyway. I'm powerful, I'm strong myself. Like, if this body weight is not serving me now, I'm going to bring it down because I want to be healthy and I want to enjoy life and do lots of other things. I really enjoy like riding my bike and hiking outside in the night. All these things that I couldn't do before. I was just stuck in a dungeon in a sweaty gym. Loved it. Amazing mission of a goal of life, but I'm not there now. So also, I mean, you know, 2 stone, 28 pounds to our international viewers. Still the only one that's got stones, right? Like they used to weigh people by this stone or something. 14 pounds is a stone in English anyway. So I lost 2 stone, 28 pounds, 14 kilos, whatever. Blood pressure came down to normal. I went to Hugo Boss. I bought a suit off the rack. I've never
Felt like an all
never
human.
done that, yeah. So it was all new for me and exciting. And but other people were more bothered. Other people was like kind of like, oh, he's Mr. Olympia. Why is he getting so small and like this and that? Because I'd done that. I'm doing something else now, and what I'm doing is appropriate for now. I want to be healthy. I want to be more mobile. I want to be more flexible. I want to be able to, spend a long time out hiking or biking, and I want to be fit. And I'm never going to be a pencil neck. I'm not that small of a guy. So, it was interesting in that, especially the young guys. I mean, still they're like, whoa, don't you wish it was like, oh no, I don't. Like, it's not what I need now. And I got a question. I've had a couple of seminars to see if any hands go up. So I'm 62 right now. So if I get the question, I'm like, all right, let's play a little game here, yeah? So I want you to put your hand up, yeah? If you know any 70-year-olds that are 300 pounds, please put your hand up. No hands are going up. I don't care if you're obese, jacked up, steroid, muscular, whatever. 300 pounds ain't making it to 70. So yeah, I'm just quite like to stay alive. So that's why I'm doing it.
I agree with that 100%. So that's the goal of winning the game is to stay in the game.